This time we will discuss the determinants of personality. So, determinants of personality. Why personality exists? So, first is heredity. It determines the special features and uniqueness in the individual that differs in personality characteristics from other individuals. So, heredity from the genes. So, if somehow other things that if your parents are hospitable to guests, this personality or this trait could probably reciprocate to you. Another is environment. Environment plays a very important role in determining the personality of the individual. So, the family, of which also influence culture. Family, as part of the environment, is the basic unit of the society that is responsible to shape personality of the individual. As the saying goes, tell me who your parents are and I'll tell you who you are. So this refers to the responsibility of the family members, especially the parents, in molding persons or in molding their children. Another is culture. Our culture shapes our personality in terms of the patterns of learned behaviors, rituals, and beliefs. So in the Philippines, we have different cultures, and this culture that we have really emphasize our personality. So culture is another part that determines personality. So it doesn't only include in the environment, but it is really part of the determinants of personality. So the significant environmental force or determinant of personality with which the person develops experiences for him or her to have membership in a particular culture. It also provides answers to significant questions about the nature of the self, one's roles in one's community, and the values, principles in life. So our culture, say for example, if we go to another country, it really affects our personality. Social class. Social class represents the status of the individual, the roles they perform, the duties they are bound by, and the privileges they satisfy. So, social class really determines the personality of the person. Say, for example, just like what happened nowadays on the social amelioration program distribution, social class represents role performance. So, other would claim and or claims that they should be part of this privilege, but uh, they are not, according to them, they are not given such privilege. Another is family. Family is also part of the environment. However, it also emphasizes as part of the determinants of personality. So, this is an environmental determinant that leads to considerable variation in the personality function of the members of a single culture or class. So, the basic unit of society. So, we mentioned that uh, a family molds children's personality. So the way they nurture their children also reflects of their personality as parents. So if their children goes for work or for earns for a living, it also reflects on the kind of personality that the family has. It also reflects on the patterns of parental behavior that affects personality development of the child. So the law of nature versus nurture. There are different ways with which parents influence children's behavior. First is through their own behavior. They present situations that elicit certain behavior in children, such as, for example, frustration leads to aggressions. Like, I want you to be a doctor because that is my unfulfilled dream. So this is part of I guess we can all relate to this. So this is part of the personality of which parents affects or influence children's behavior. Second is they serve as role models for identification, such as good mother and a responsible father. So other children, say for example, even if they are still a kid, or a child, they would follow or they would identify themselves as their parents. Like if their parent or one of their parents is a teacher, they would also identify themselves like walking, talking, or even doing things, no, that represents their parent. Third is they selectively rewards behaviors. So the law of reinforcement. They screened our behavior. Say, for example, you will be rewarded once you behave in class or you got a good grades. But if not, there is corresponding sanctions or punishments. So this really influence the behavior of each children in the community, in the family rather. Another is peers or our barkada. This refers to people outside our family life that are very important to us. They serve to socialize the individuals into acceptance of new rules of behavior and provides experiences that last long, which influence children's or child's personality development. So our parents, would also influence us. Do not go with these persons. Huwag kang makipagsalamuha sa mga ganitong barkada kasi bad influence sila. So ito yung nangyayari. But our peers